the other three triggers in the CARES models. We covered C and A, but then there's relationships, equality, and standing, which is your perceived value, one to one or within the organization. And so these five triggers, everything that is a problem in the workplace boils down to one of these five things. We are hearing a lot right now about how people need to be recognized at work. Well, that's standing, right? You need to feel like you're valued for your contributions.
Yes.
The whole in the office or out of the office boils down to relationships
Hmm.
and how to feel connected to other people at work. And then the whole DE&I initiatives, diversity and inclusion, is all about equality and having equity, fair treatment in the workplace.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
pick a problem and it boils down to one of these five things.
Okay. Okay. So is it okay? So how, as an organization, how do you identify? I mean, we have to create, if you're a leader of an organization and you don't know why you're there, you know how and what the reason is and the thing you're making, but without knowing why, is it hard to lead these people in a direction that engages them? Do you know what I mean? What I'm asking?
Are you saying if your purpose and your mission isn't clear, is it harder to lead people?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so that goes back to relatedness and relationships. If people know the why that you're there, the why that the manufacturing plant is creating what they create, it gives that stronger relationship. And
Hmm.
so people feel more connected to the work and feel connected to the purpose, which means that they're emotionally and intrinsically more motivated to do the work.
Okay.
That's why, a lot of these volunteer organizations, they don't get paid,
Yeah.
right? They're putting in a lot of their time, but the why is so strong for them
Hmm.
that they give their time. Sometimes they give their own money to help support these causes. People will do the same thing at work. When you really rally behind the why, people people stop fighting over, a tiny little raise or a little benefit here because they're so invested in the why.
Yeah. 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 And I believe that that could be community centered, right? I mean, every business is in a community. So that could be designed around a community. Is there a simple way? Because I didn't find it simple. Like I read that book, Find Your Why, and reading the book is good, but it took a process, right? Is there a way people can find their why, like within a short period of time?
So are you asking, can leaders find their why or people find their why?
Well, I think, well, let's do both. Let's say leaders. I mean, the leader as the organization, why are they doing what they're doing? Because let's say they bought into that company or whatever. They started it because they thought they could do or are doing a better job than the guy before them, making said thing. And but they never really knew why they're doing it, other than we're making a paycheck and we're making a profit. How can somebody start to think about why they're doing what they're doing? You know,
Yeah,
it,
a
it
part of it is self-reflection and understanding yourself. And there are a lot of people who just are not very self-aware.
right.
And you kind of touched on this peripherally that there are some people who do it just for the money.
Hmm.
And that's okay,
Yeah.
especially if you're hiring people who are in it just for the money. It just comes with its own set of problems.
Okay.
And it also can create a culture that you just need to understand and live with.